Alright, so whoever recommended this video, you didn't put your name, fine, but you 100% knew I would click on this, right? It is titled How America's Trucks Became Inferior to Europe's. And as an American who is surrounded by trucks and also knows that Europe doesn't have a lot of trucks, my BS meter is going off. Okay, I'm slightly kidding. I have no idea what this is going to be, but let's just tap that like button and get straight into it.
American trucks are the biggest, most badass.
Hold up. America inferior to Europe? When it comes to trucks? Boy, let me tighten my seatbelt. This is about to get disrespectful.
Nearly every form of freight transportation has gotten bigger. Longer trains, bigger ships, but trucks, well, trucks pretty much stopped growing since before I was born. American cabs have gotten huge.
And here we are, look at that.
But the actual freight portion is stuck in the last century. Now, I'm an economist. I'm not satisfied with a quick little explanation. I need to know why everything else is getting bigger, but not trucks in America. I propose that maybe we should be making big, badass American trucks even bigger.
I'm on the trail of a convoy of runaway truckers.
It's got a touch screen. It blows my mind. I think it'll blow yours.
This is the only one of its kind here in the USA right now.
It's coming after us!
Most people can't drive stick down.
I can't.
When I say truck, you probably think of this. In the US, we call them semi-trucks, referring to the semi-trailers not having front wheels. Across the pond, they're called articulated lorries, or Arctic for short. And you can trace them all back to this Scotsman living in Cleveland, Ohio,
Okay, Europe. I love you. You got castles, cheese, and healthcare,
to the customers
but
without
trucks?
putting miles on the
We're
odometer.
really doing this?
So, the Winton Motor Carriage Company adapted a car chassis so that it could carry a trailer. Each trailer could carry one car. That's right. The first semi-truck was a truck. On that note, I want to know when we're going to get a truck. When the automobile industry first started taking off in the 1900s, trucks followed suit. By 1913, the first state-level weight regulations were imposed, up to 28,000 pounds in Massachusetts, about the weight of 2 African elephants. We continued to improve the technologies like this more efficient diesel engine. Pneumatic tires that could support more weight, braking and steering improved. There was this feedback loop. Better roads could support bigger trucks. Bigger trucks lowered the transportation costs. Lower transportation costs will increase the demand for road freight. Higher demand for road freight, more demand for better roads. But then, something big happened in the United States that led our trucks to get even bigger before they stopped growing altogether.
In this century, America has become a nation on wheels.
In 1956, Congress created the interstate highway system. For the first time, we built a big, long, wide highway network spanning a whole continent. This also brought the first federal weight limit to 73,000 pounds. Now we're up to 5.5 elephants. These open highways led to bigger trucks, which made trucking a more flexible competitor to rail freight. At the same time, a lot of World War II veterans became truckers. And so, by the 60s and 70s, we started to get trucker culture. Movies, music. By the way, notice anything about some of those trucks? Hold on to that observation, we'll get back to it. Things are about to change for American trucking regulation, and it's a big reason why parts of Europe and Australia are eating our lunch.
It was announced today that gasless Sundays will go into effect as of next month.
In 1973, we saw our first big oil shock. Gas prices soared, fuel was rationed. President Nixon imposed a nationwide speed reduction to 55 miles per hour. By December, many truckers had had enough. This is J.W. Edwards, known on the CB radio as River Rat. And he...
If this video shows a tiny European truck passing an American one, I'm unplugging my router.
Diesel station along the I-80. He was so angry that he got on his CB radio and announced he was blocking the highway. Word spread, and others joined in, blocking the road. Among other demands, these protesters wanted to haul more stuff. It turns out it's more efficient to have one driver with one tractor pulling a larger load than splitting that weight between two separate trucks. So truckers wanted heavier trucks, and they were tired of a patchwork of different rules in different states. Finally, in 1982, federal regulations added 5 feet to the trailer limit and increased the standard weight limit to 80,000 pounds. But no bigger. The concern was that the trucks over 80,000 pounds would test the structural integrity of the nation's bridges. This added another half elephant. And for the past 40 years, trucks in the US have pretty much stayed all the same size. But there's another quirk from these new rules that's affected how trucks look today. Remember that clip from Convoy? The flat-faced cab-over style disappeared. After the law changed, the
No shot. If Europe has
Let me
better
show you
trucks,
something.
why does every
Come with me to
American
Florida.
drive something the size of a studio apartment?
Time to go to Florida. Sweet.
American truckers tend to drive faster and go farther than their European counterparts. So they like these big noses. It isolates them from the noise and vibration. It gives them more room to live in their trucks. Hey, we have these big interstates, big cities, we have room for these trucks.
Oh, you gotta look at the mini fridge.
But here's what surprised me. The part of the truck for the driver's been growing for 40 years, but trailers have not. And that's where the money is. Don't these drivers want to haul more?
Why are trucks this big?
Why are they this big to carry weight?
This is Andy Hollums. He sells Peterbilt trucks here in Florida.
How much weight are they hauling?
Typically it's 80,000 pounds, typically what they're pushing.
So the standard's 80,000. Wouldn't it be better if we can have the bigger standard? What if the standard was 160,000 pounds?
Yeah, you would think that, but it's federally mandated. I guess Congress could change that.
Is anybody in industry talking about that?
No, not that I know of.
Then I met a guy who really changed my view of American trucks and what they could be. This is Bruce Wilson, trucker, YouTuber, one proud owner of a 2025 Scania.
This is the only one of its kind here in the USA right now.
Bruce imported this beauty from
If this video
so the
insults
company will
the
start selling them
F-Series, Ram,
stateside.
or
How are
Silverado,
the Swedish trucks
somebody's
different
going
from
to
the
catch
American
these
trucks? They're much
emotional
further advanced
hands.
compared to what we have here.
Oh, really?
There's a lot more competition in the rest of the world than what we have here in the US. So what do they have that the American trucks don't have? Lots of safety, airbags. There's just lots of airbags in semis. Yeah.
American trucks don't have airbags?
No. Like Volvos have airbags in the steering wheel.
Okay.
But that's it. There's no curtain airbags. There's nothing to protect your head.
I see.
Just the European standard of living, they actually care about their citizens, you know. I mean, not saying the U.S. doesn't, but like they want to protect more. That's why they have side skirts on the side of them for bicyclists. Sure. You have a really hard time running over someone with this truck.
Oh, and one more thing. This flat-fronted Scania has 170 more horsepower than the massive Peterbilt, which would come in handy because of something else Bruce told me.
Finland and Sweden just passed a new law allowing trucks to have 120-ton trucks, and they're like a 70-meter or something like that, a total length. Yeah.
So are the trucks the same size? They just allow a longer trailer, or
Truck's
is it
the same
different?
exact truck. They just add longer trailers.
You might be surprised that Nordic countries are leaving us way behind when it comes to truck size. What with their mini cities, the Scandinavian cozy or hygge aesthetic. But these trucks aren't hygge, they're huge. Finland spent decades studying truck sizes, producing multiple peer-reviewed analyses. They found, just as we learned in the 1970s, that bigger trucks are more efficient. While bigger trucks have to pay drivers a higher salary and spend more on fuel and repairs, when we look at cost per ton, the actual cost it takes to move a given pound of freight, a given mile, we see significant savings from these high-capacity trucks compared to standard semi-trailers. Additionally, they're better on the environment. High-capacity trucks burn less fuel per pound per mile, lowering the environmental impact of transportation. Switching to HCTs lowers emissions by 33%. Plus, they're obsessed with safety. You'd think these big trucks would make us less safe. Finland also conducted safety tests. They hired dozens of cyclists on an indoor track being overtaken by these trucks. And the cyclists found that it was the distance and speed that mattered, not the length of the truck. They require their trucks to have multiple camera systems, advanced emergency braking, and lane departure warning. So, after all that research, in 2019, these beasts took the road. Under the new rules in Finland, maximum 113 feet. And the weight! Their maximum limit is now twice that what we have in the US, coming in at 167,000 pounds.
So all trucks can handle that stuff at that size.
Even the US trucks.
And they look great too. Now Denmark and Norway and the EU itself are looking to increase their truck sizes. And even though places like Finland and Sweden put our trucks to shame, the place that puts their trucks to shame is Australia. Look at this thing! An Australian truck can be as long as 175 feet and weigh as much as 300,000 pounds. For those keeping count, we're now at 23 elephants. They're so long, they call them road trains. The Australians even hold multiple Guinness records. One tractor pulled 120 trailers.
Pulling 1,474 meters of road train, the record was broken.
These road trains came about because Australia doesn't have as many trains. They have one of the lowest densities on the planet, and they need a way to move things like iron ore, fuel, and livestock over these vast distances. But we have a big country. We also have open land.
Have you been to Wyoming?
So why are our trucks stuck at 80,000 pounds?
Is there a lobbying effort? Are there people who want to talk about having bigger trucks?
I mean, not that I'm aware of.
The engine of economic prosperity is built upon increasing our labor productivity, meaning a single truck driver can haul more value than they used to. This grows the economy and we earn higher incomes. Remember how trains were getting longer? Since 1990, productivity has increased for trains 5 times more than trucks. And with trucks transporting 65% of our goods, this matters. There's a greater stagnation in the trucking industry, and this not only hits our economy, but also the environment. We have already lowered our highway vehicle pollution dramatically over the past 2 decades. There's more work to do. We could follow Finland. Our smart people could study how to increase truck sizes the right way, to not have our bridges fall down. It's solvable if we have...
All right, that was awesome video. Absolutely loved it from Business Explains the World. I'm probably going to subscribe to them. And if you guys enjoyed the video, smash that like button on the way out and subscribe. Stick around. We got a video coming out every single day. All right, appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.